Alright, so this video is to help you understand the rubric situation for your presentation or for part of your presentation. This is a rubric for the visual aid, and again you have a lot of choice on how you want to do that. A lot of students do choose to use the Colab presentation or the slides presentation in Google, but you could make a Prezi, you could do Canva. There's all sorts of different tools out there to make presentations. We're not going to do PowerPoint, though I do want it to be web-based, so I can look at it electronically. Alright, so if we just look through, and I'm going to look through either the 3s and the 4s, because that's what you should be shooting for. There needs to be some sort of introductory slide. You need to come up with learning targets. What do you want the class to walk away with? And obviously you need to tell us your driving question. Alright, then you need to, like I said in class before, demonstrate the need. Why is your issue such an important issue? Why is it such a big deal? One of the ways that you're going to explain that and show us that is by using statistics. Alright, then you need to actually teach us about your topic. So that is 10 things that everybody should know. 5 of those can just be facts, and 5 of them need to be concepts that you will explain and teach us about, not just tell us. Also, we need to have a common vocabulary, so sharing at least 5 important vocab words that we need to know to fully understand your topic is also important. Alright, then, and you don't have to go in a particular order, but I'm just kind of looking through here. Current events. You guys have researched a lot of current events. You're going to boil that down to, or narrow that down to 5 or 6 that you feel are most insightful, most interesting, most cutting edge, most important, newest, latest, greatest about your topic. Alright. You are currently making surveys, and you're going to hand those out. You're going to collect them. You're going to analyze the data. We want to see some charts. We want to see some visual representations of the data that you collected. So the thought is you will have 3 charts to demonstrate or show the Eastview data from the Eastview students, and then one of those charts needs to be from a question that you took off the Minnesota Student Survey or the one from the CDC, and I want a chart comparing how Eastview did as compared to the results for the state or national standards, or the national data. Alright, so that's 4 charts in all. Then determinants. Alright, so you're going to pick 4 determinants, risk and protective factors, and those determinants need to be ones that I understand and believe can be impacted by a program or a policy recommendation. Alright, you are also going to do some research and tell us about 4 organizations that are out there on the front lines working towards solutions to your driving question, and really focusing on trying to make an impact in this topic area as well. In addition to that, something very user-friendly, something that your classmates may be very interested in, could benefit them immediately, and that is recommending at least 1 phone app. Alright, preferably free, but if you find one that costs a little bit of money that's really, really cool, show us that one too as well. Tell us about that and what makes it so great. The interviews, we've talked about that in class. Alright, you need to share with us those people, their credentials, why you interviewed them, who they are, what do they look like. If you can't find a picture of them on the web, how about a picture of the organization that they work for? You know, like the Eastview Lightning little logo, or the Apple Valley Police Department little shield, or a picture of the building, something like that. Alright. And then your solutions, you need to obviously share those with us, and those are going to address and sort of answer your driving question, and they should be matched up with your determinants. So each determinant will get its own solution. Alright, it is possible to come up with a solution that addresses 2 determinants. Alright, so each group will either have 3 or 4 solutions to answer their driving question and sort of solve the issue that you've been researching. And then if you have to explain, you have to pick one of your 4. Which one's the best one? If I was going to fund one of them, which one would you pick and why? What obstacles would lie in your way? Whose support would you need? Who'd be against it? How would you get around those obstacles? All right. If funding for transportation would be an obstacle, well, what would you do? How do you get that money? How do you get kids home after school? That's the kind of stuff that I want to hear about, sort of the implementation of that one particular solution. And then obviously just your bibliography in proper format, okay, either APA or MLA. and then a closure slide, all right? And then you can read here about aesthetics, okay? Not too much text on the screen. Remember I told you less than 20 words a slide or on the screen at one point in time. It should be easy to read. There should be good images. Don't make a weird background where it becomes difficult to read the text, etc., etc. And then there will be a due date. You can check the online calendar for that. Obviously, it needs to be turned in on time. Thanks. Let me know if you have any questions.